Greetings, YouTube. So the gentleman scholar here, and I'm trying to get this pipe lit. I think it's because I packed it too tight, but or it could be that I just don't know how to smoke a pipe yet. Could be that too. Anyway. I thought I'd just check in with you folks. It's been a little while. I know you've just been clamoring for the latest doings from the gentleman scholar. So, first of all, housekeeping. I'm smoking Jamaican rum, in a cob, provided by a gentleman named Tom L. He's not a member of the YouTube pipe community, but he's a member of quite a few pages on Facebook. And today, I don't know, for lack of anything else better to talk about, because one of the things when I try to do a video, I try to have something to talk about, and I'm the worst procrastinator in the world, so I keep saying, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, and of course I just chicken out. I'm just talking in front of a camera is not my thing, but I'm inspired by you folks in the community, so I'm doing the best I can. But anyway, I want to talk about independent bookstores today. And then do a couple shout-outs if I can. Right, first of all, I went to some place called the Toadstool Bookstore in Exeter, New Hampshire. And there's some locally themed books that I wanted to get. And I wanted to go to a local bookstore and give them my money. So the first thing I was looking for, and I saw both of these in the local free newspaper Hippo magazine, was this. The Amescate Manufacturing Company, History of Enterprise on the Merrimack River. Once upon a time, I'm broadcasting from Manchester, New Hampshire. Once upon a time, it used to be the textile capital of the world, surpassing its namesake even in England. Once upon a time. And since a lot of my ancestors from Quebec came down to work in the mills, I kind of wanted a comprehensive history of it. And I guess you know you're getting old if you're interested in the history of your hometown. It's kind of a pride, that's local pride that goes with it. So I picked this up. Let me light the pipe again. Yeah, I definitely screwed that up of packing it. Well, live and learn, as they say. But, alright, second book I want to show you once I light this yet again. It doesn't taste the way it smells. Wow, ow. Whoa. I was trying to get my hands free, but that didn't work. That's okay, nothing's burnt. Oh, it's still smoking okay. Alright, second book I ended up getting was We Are Market Basket. Let me just put that there for a minute. You may have heard about this, folks in the States anyway, Market Basket, or as some of us in New England like to call it, Market Basket. The story of an unlikely grassroots movement that saved a beloved business. Market Basket's a local New England supermarket chain, and was co-owned by two brothers once upon a time that were continually feuding, and pipes up, continually feuding, and then one of them tried to throw his brother out in a hostile takeover, and all the employees struck to bring back this CEO. I believe his name is Artie. I forget what's his last name here. Let's see. Arthur T. Demoulas was ousted by his cousin Arthur S. Demoulas. They both had the same names. The company's managers and rank-and-file workers struck back. And for once, the good guys won. A buyout emerged, and I think it lasted about 3 or 4 months, 2 or 3 months. It was last summer, actually. So I kind of wanted to read about the whole ins and outs of this story. And for once, the working man won out, which was amazing. You don't see that happening too often. All right, another thing that I just happened to get because, I can never spend enough money in a bookstore is New Hampshire Curiosities. And this is just to give me and my partner some ideas to do day trips. We don't like to travel via plane because of my profession, I'm a flight attendant. So looking through this, we'll get some decent ideas of where to go. All these weird little museums, like for the Museum of Family Camping, for example, in whereabouts? Somewhere close to Merrimack, I believe, Allentown. Anyway, they have these old campers here. Like see what they look like back in the 50s and 60s. That should be a hoot, as they say. Yeah, so I ended up buying that on a lark, and I guess this is where I can start my shout-outs here. This right here is going to some friends of mine in Aberdeen, Scotland. They sent me I used to go to Scotland quite a bit back when I was younger, and I have some friends in Aberdeen, and a set of those friends sent me an Aberdeen calendar last year. So I'm sending them a historical New Hampshire calendar this year, along with the Christmas card. And yes, I'm started thinking about Christmas already. I make my own Christmas card, so I've started doing principal photography on it. And the way I figure is this: I give myself from September 1st to October 30th to work on it, put it together, and it has to be by the printers by Halloween. In my term, the printers means Vistaprint. So that means I usually get the cards back by the second week of November, and I can start writing them out ahead of time. I hate feeling rushed on the Christmas cards, so when you make your own, you kind of have to give yourself some room to work in, otherwise it's right here before you know it. Alright, some shout-outs. I wanted to say hello to, of course, Holy Smokin' Pipe Padre. I always watch him all the time. I envy his exercise work ethic. I do what I can. I run every other day, whatnot, and run and smokes a pipe. A contradiction. Try to watch what I eat. The alcohol does pack on the calories, though, so kind of have to watch it for that. Also, Grandpa Cavendish is also fun to watch. Every time he does something from his back deck, you kind of just say to yourself, "Wow, what a fantastic place to have a drink and smoke a pipe." So, hello to him. Always enjoyed watching his videos. Beans316. Love his rants. He finds something that he gets pissed about, and he just starts kind of ranting about it. Nothing crazy, but he just rants about it, which I think it's refreshing to see some real emotion. When you're in front of a camera, just someone who's not afraid to let their passions take over quite a bit. To that end, Smoke Rings, Pipe Dreams, Kel in Montana does that very well. Trying to keep up with all these videos, you kind of have to do them when you have the time and you feel like it, because some of the videos are long, so I just kind of tend to put them on while I'm doing something else, like writing a letter, so I can still listen and catch the pertinent wisdom on pipe tobaccos or life philosophies that everybody has. I also have to mention I Am Breyer. He's starting to do pardon me, Duncan, if I screw up the pronunciation of that. I Am Breyer, named after I Am Brew, which was the Scotland's other national drink. It's a soft drink. Kind of tastes like, well, to my taste buds, like bubble gum. And back before I used to drink, I used to visit my friend Kenny Davidson in Aberdeen. And first time I met him, he's all set for a night in the town. He's going to get pished, and here I am ordering. I'm just going to have an Iron Brew. And he's like, Iron Brew. But that's okay. He's since corrupted me, so I'm a habitual imbiber now. Yeah, I am Brian. First of all, I love anyone from Scotland. I listen to Scottish pipe smoker. So love that area of the world. I've always loved it. And if I could magically teleport myself there, I'd go. But as I hit the beginning of middle age, and the fact that I work for an airline anyway, I kind of don't want to hop on an airline on my day off. So if I could just draw that little chalk outline in the wall and just open up the door and end up in Aberdeen or Dundee or another friend, or just pretty much all over Scotland. I've got friends, Glasgow, Ayrshire. Just if I could just do that on a regular basis, to open up the door and say hello and visit, have a couple of wee drams, a couple of wee pints, and then go back home. That'd be ideal, but this is reality. Went to cruising Manchester, Elm Street, cruising downtown Manchester yesterday. They had a whole bunch of old vintage cars. That's more my partner's thing more than mine, but it's always fun to go down and get some photos, and I did that yesterday. Most of them are on Facebook. But I upload them up to my feed here, Gentleman Scholar, if you feel like taking a look at that. I tend to stay away from the 80s beforehand. I'm okay with those cars, because cars back then seemed to have their own identity, which I really enjoyed. But again, I'm not the car fan. I couldn't tell you one make from another just by looking at them, but my partner could. And it was fun. But with him and his son and his grandchildren, always fun to give them a hard time. I consider it a sick, perverse point of pride that I can out-annoy a 9-year-old, so I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not, but anyway, we're at the tail end of summer here. Tomorrow I'm heading down to Massachusetts to say hello to other family members of Bill's, my partner. Going to be delivering to him to put in his man cave, an old console-style stereo set. We wanted it once upon a time. We got it. We drove down to Massachusetts to get it, got it, and we enjoyed it, but now it's just taking up too much room, so now we're just going to pass it on. And let someone else enjoy it. And his man cave's fantastic. It looks like a miniature bar setup. Last time I was there, last month, we're there having a good time with them. I'm in my cups drinking my 3rd can of cider, and all of a sudden I get a phone call from work on that very phone that I'm talking into. And I look, and I work for an airline, of course, so I look, oh look, it's crew scheduling. Are they calling to tell me that some trip changed this week? And then all of a sudden the light bulb began to wink on. Yep, I was supposed to fly out that day. And so, where are you? This is crew scheduling. I'm in central Massachusetts having a beer. I thought I was going out tomorrow, so I've got a slap on the wrist for that one. In that line of business, being a flight attendant, reliability is very important. So can't have a pattern of that going, otherwise I won't have a job very long. But other than that, things are good at work. I'm keeping my smart mouth in check, which is always helpful in the customer service industry. Yeah, things are going well. Summer's coming to, school's already started here, which blows my mind, because it still feels like the deepest, darkest days of summer, but you can still smell autumn in the air. And in New Hampshire, you get the leaves changing color, which I'm very proud to be living in this part of the country. I like having 4 seasons. It kind of keeps you on your toes. You have to prep for winter. You have to prep for summer. Get the wood in. You can ask Holy Smoking Pipe Padre about that, Father Francis, because he got a blow-by-blow of my loading the wood last summer. I just put on that big old belt that keeps my back in place, and just took about 6 hours too. Just put on Spotify, listen to some music, and just went at it. So every now and then he said hello to me via text, so I just kept sending him regular updates on the phone as the wood pile shrunk. And that's a hell of a workout too, if you've ever loaded up wood. It's like 2 cords of wood. But anyway, I'm beginning to babble, and I don't want to go over 15 minutes because we all have lives, we all have things to do. So I wish you a very happy Labor Day and a good end to your summer, and looking forward to your videos coming up in the future. Right? Take care of yourselves, and all the best.